Test test. What up, Dan? Congrats on first. I feel like it's been a minute. How is school treating you? You fall asleep in classical music class yet? I should say, how is collegey treating you? Yo, what's up, Flatwoods? Appreciate you, man. Hope everything's good. Custom practice sweat. Well, I've kind of gotten dominated the last couple times I've streamed. And I'm kind of not interested in losing today, so we are in custom practice for show. Alright, turn on the fastball. Good enough. Same old, still can't hit. Did you get the Chipper Jones card, though? That's what I was wondering. What we will be doing... I used this Josh Gibson in events yesterday. We're going to keep the team mostly the same. Left field is going to switch to Roman Anthony, my boy. And I think Giancarlo Stanton needs to get on this team some way, somehow. I'm going to DH him. We have a lot of righties. Now we have an appropriate amount of righties going on here. And behind the plate, we're going to have Gary Sanchez. What's up, Kyle? How you doing? Let's try. Do I want Poppy on the bench? Sure, why not? Neon Berkman, Palmero. Nope, neither of them. Have not tried either. Brady Singer, decent per nines. I used him in events yesterday. How'd he do? Pitched 3 innings for me, no runs. Throws a little late, throws a little slow for ranked, though. So Randy Rodriguez wasn't really doing it for me, so I think we're going to try, we might try Goose. I'm also usually pretty bad with Lee Smith cards, so let's try Abner Uribe. And let's try Goose. Because this Gabe Spear card, I don't think he was really good for me in events. What's up, Egg? How you doing, sir? Senior year a week underway now? That's crazy. Said read title, buddy. They have ranked co-op. Not specified. What's up, Cavicom? How you doing, sir? What was the title today? Ranked? Indeed. I said, do I smell a co-op day? Oh, no. Not until we hit World Series and get this Tatis card. 1 lefty, 2 lefty, 3 lefty. That is fine. We're gonna stick with the lineup, or sorry, the rotation. Don't think that card's coming in. Maybe. These guys I'll keep on deck in case someone gets just lit up today. But nobody here has a really nice fastball, it looks like. All 30 finest and all 15 neon collection. Nice. Did you get that done before Friday? Meaning, was that in time for 2K for you? Okay, I can't really hit with this guy, so we're going to take him out. Neto, I kept squaring up the ball with him, but I wasn't getting any hits. Hit a lot of lineouts. Maybe I put this, yeah, I'll put this guy back in. We're going to put Chris on the bench. Now we have a few less lefties. We're going to swap Stanton. But David Justice 1 spot higher, just to the 8 hole. He's got his gets a promotion a little bit. Gary is better against righties slightly. It's a pretty good back-to-back right there, 5-6. We might move Roman Anthony up pretty quickly because I love Roman Anthony. His first card, at least. Love his swing. So he might be moving up quickly, but we're going to give it some time. Berkman, Palmeiro, Jeter, and starting pitcher from the Nats, Zimmerman. Yeah. Neon Zimmerman right now. You're not getting NBA 2K? Rip. Was that, were you turned off by people, by reviews that you saw from people, or just ended up being that way? He and Verlander are very similar. That's true. They do seem a bit similar. Snipe unsuccessful? Thank goodness. Me and you haven't played in a while, have we? After some historic battles back in the day. Kind of glad. Kind of glad those days are past in the past. Carew versus Kershaw. First pitch of the game. Check swing. Called ball. Injuries are a thing in my team, so not supporting that. Yeah, fair. It's been a while since they had those, right? Probably at least 5 years since they got rid of injuries. Do they still have contracts? Contracts plus injuries is such a bummer. Give the switch hitter team. Oh no, Kyle. You're one of those. Honestly, I can't blame you. If you play on Legend, and play the game a lot, I can't blame you if you want to have all switch hitters because that PCI shrinkage is no joke on that level. I think Hall of Fame and lower, it's not unplayable, but Legend, that shrinkage is impossible. Mess around on Hoff a bit. In that case, I'm not sure if I respect you.
That's ball 2.
Sure, they're switch hitting 99s at every position. Honestly, probably true. Catcher is like super loaded this year too. Switch hitters, lefties. The diversity at catcher is actually insane right now. And you got guys like Gary for some reason has good defense. Josh Gibson has really good defense. So it's not even the guys that you would think. Hanging slider to Griffey, put it to center field. Where else can I mess around? I don't get to play All-Star. That's why I started playing events this week and last week. Once they added like a little bit extra rewards in there, I was like, yeah, I'm down. I missed that one. Back-to-back hanging sliders. So many good bats everywhere. Absolutely true. They went 0 to 100 so quick. I was just looking through yesterday, and it was like the June, because I did do the July monthly collection, and I did the August one. I think those two were, the flashbacks were Griffey and Gary. So I did both of those. And then the previous one was like a 96. So I went from 96 to like elite cards so quickly.
That's a ball.
Didn't look right. Yeah, he blew the save and everything, right? Against the A's.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Kind of a bummer.
The count.
2 hits, actually. That's when you know something's really wrong. Is this the same person I played last week? Remember I played a guy last week whose like leadoff man was Carlos Beltran batting like 160? And he hit a homer off of me with that card. He did have a bunch of homers with that card, though. That's probably why. He probably gets a lot of walks in the leadoff spot. Game was tied. Is that still a blown save? It is not. Yeah, my team's pretty good. I have guys in every spot.
2 strikes.
I think that I like their swing and they're good. I could upgrade Rod Carew. Once Rod Carew like completely falls off, like if he has a bad day today, then I'll take Rod Carew out because he had a bad game last week, but I had a bad game with everybody last week. So if Rod Crew has another bad week, he'll be off the team. But otherwise, like, everyone's pretty good.
He beat it.
Okay. No pump fake, no throw, no nothing. All right.
Ball, that's in.
Rod Crew's too iconic, though. True. Oh, wait. He hit a walk-off grand slam for me, didn't he, last week?
Ball 2.
Yeah, that was last week.
Ball, that's down.
It's just that, like, my bats went super cold after that. I think my next 3 games, I didn't score as many as I did in that first game. So he tanked all the way down to like a 267 or something. Gary Sanchez debut. One swing and I already like it. Stop counting my 99s when I got to 40. There's a sinker below the zone. That's definitely going to be an extra base hit. And it is going to go. Gary Sanchez with his first swing. It's a home run. Just late, fully in the green. On the pull side, that swing made no sense. The Gary Sanchez swings made absolutely no sense. The result was like a wall scraper, but that easily could have been like a pulled to left center 460-foot bomb. Josh Gibson pulling that off the ground. I've had a couple of those in this inning already. And we're going to try to take home on that. Probably had a chance at third, especially when the cutoff man is lining up to home. With no outs, not worth it. And I can't really tell where the cutoff man is standing at that point. He'd be a star on my team. How did I score? Griffey hit a home run in the first. Now Sanchez, now RBI double by Josh Gibson. I don't think I got on top of that. Okay. The timing was good, though. That's what I was confused about.
0-1's the count. Nope. Ball 1.
I've been hitting everything below the zone. Let's see if they just keep going upstairs. Kershaw's toxic. As long as it's not 2019 home runs per 9, Clayton Kershaw.
No.
Huh?
4.
Now that's second baseman.
Be a homer if he keeps going up. Eventually it will, for sure. But if I'm getting that call, there's no way this man can win. Actually, that's not true because normally I'm not taking that pitch.
That ball went out.
Even that pitch I'm not normally taking. So like
Ball in.
fully inside the zone. That's right.
Aye.
That's right. Should have been looking high. No reason to look low there. .98 off the bat, and that's gonna go. Yes, thank you. 6-1. Don't pitch well with Kershaw. I am random with it. Some years I'm super good with Kershaw cards, even if they're like not good
0-1.
on paper. Right now, if I were to pitch with a Kershaw, I don't think I would be good with him.
Ball 1.
Do I get a dinner now or later? Dining hall closes at 9. 7:45 for you? Probably now.
Aye.
Always good to eat earlier too.
One
Get
ball,
digested before
2
you go to bed.
strikes.
And the inning ends on a lineout. Is that Duke Snyder? Lou Gehrig?
Aye.
The term on paper is going to get outdated real fast.
Nope.
Honestly true. People already don't know what hang up the phone means.
Hey!
Who's your favorite pitcher this year, Flatwoods? I think we talked about it a little bit last week. My rotation's been moving. Well, it's been moving in stages. I feel like once I replace somebody on my rotation, I end up changing out like 3 guys at once. But then they stay in my rotation for a while. And I haven't really been paying attention to who I'm doing well with in my current rotation. Great with Maddox and Leiter, okay.
Ball.
It's kind of a feel thing too. Sometimes I'm just like, I can pitch with anyone against certain people. Like there's some people that like, if I locate, no matter how good the pitcher's stuff is, like I'm going to get them out. And there's some people who like,
That ball's foul.
some pitchers, some cards starting pitchers are good because
Take your base.
they can compete against really good hitters. And that tends to be the guys that just have like really good stuff. A high velo sinker, cutter, those meta pitches. So it's hard to tell sometimes when you just look at your ERA and you're like, oh yeah, like that guy's good or that guy's bad. My Griffey lined out, so his Griffey lines out too. Verlander and Neon Zimmerman. Okay. Okay. Trying to think. I don't think I've tried any of those cards this year. Maybe the lighter, but I don't even think I've used the lighter. I've used the first Zimmerman, the milestone Zimmerman, in co-op, and that's it.
Gary Sanchez.
Hey!
Sinker, cutter, off speed, up, down, left, right. Love that lighter. I just might. Okay, Gary with another hanging slider. This one's going to go to... This game on All-Star? Did I drop that far? Last week? I might have. So I did have a good few losses in a row. Thought my roommate left, but he's been sitting like a blanket cocoon on his bed for who knows how long. Oh no. Hopefully he's not having a bad day. Gary and Palmeiro have fast swings. I didn't know that about Palmeiro. I don't know if I've really used his cards much. We are hitting the slider in this game. But it's Roman Anthony. I can hit anything with Roman Anthony. Literally any pitch.
Hey!
W Roman.
0-1's the count.
Also, I don't know if you guys saw my batting average with Giancarlo Stanton, but it's like 700. And probably 15 at-bats. It is on All-Star, but still. No one's beating if you hit like this. I gotta double check. This game's... I gotta double check this on All-Star or not. Yeah, this one's on All-Star. So I must be below 700 right now. David Justice, lefty. That one just barely cleared the top of the wall.
Ball, that's out.
I was playing some events on the TV yesterday. So I think that helped my reaction time a little bit. All-Star Warrior get to 600 and then yo-yo up and down.
Second baseman, Rod
Yeah.
Carew.
Can be tough after that. Then you run into some people that can hit.
All right, let's go. Oh, damn.
Big Justice, 5 big booms. Haven't seen a yo-yo in years.
Hey!
One of my friends was like really good at yo-yo at one point.
That's a ball. That's ball 2.
Probably should come right after this Beltron with his 204 average, but
Aye.
that's what I did last week and got burned. Got Corbin Burns. See, there you go. Ball and a string in the cup thing. Gotcha.
0-1.
There you go. Chipper Jones batting second.
Out.
Are these cards all boostable by captains? There's nothing that like stops you from being boosted by a captain now, right? Because I know at the very beginning of the year they had like a limit
No balls, 2 strikes.
where you couldn't have more than like a 92 or something to get boosted.
Ball.
But I don't think that's been the case, and I think they even removed that from those cards eventually.
Inside, ball
That's a
2.
good take.
3. Come on now.
Chipper's so good. Just barely missed a home run. Want Chipper, just can't afford him. He is expensive. Seems like one of those cards that's never going to go down in price, too. Have they had, like, flashback, not flashback, but rewind chase backs? I think they've had some of those in, like, in the flash sales, right? All right, we jumped to 16 in quick work of that one. Yesterday I went through, I had like 55 packs. And I went through and I opened them all. I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to go through and open all these packs. And then I did it. It took like 20 minutes. And then the very first All-Star like game on events that I played, I got a 50 bundle from like, I don't know, the multiplayer program or whatever. Now I'm sitting on 600 packs or 60 packs again. You flick your wrist to make the ball move and try to land on the cup thing. I know, I've seen it before. I know what you're talking about. Exchange silvers for golds made me like 100K. What the heck? You do that all the time. Opening packs on my phone has saved me so much time. Oh, can you do multiple? I might do that. I think that's a good idea. Ooh, a Carson Williams card. Is this worse than his this is a 97? I feel like this card is worse than the one that came out when the game came out. So much faster? Alright, I'll do that while I'm at work then. When I'm taking a break. When my computer's not working. Couple of cards we already got. I did pull the Jurickson Profar card, which I think is considered a special insert. It's probably going for like 60K. So I sold him and bought some cheaper cards to lock in for Gary. I open on stream, so I don't mind going slow. And we get a high tier of this signature pack. I'll take it. I already have both of these cards. And I went through yesterday, guys, and I looked at what collections I could finish. Because I was like, oh, maybe I can at least get the Scott Rowland, maybe work towards whatever's coming out next week. And freaking nothing. I don't have any cornerstone cards. I can get my Ted Williams Tops Now voucher. But I literally have like 3 vouchers for Scott Rowland. 5. And some of these cards, like, they never added back to this Roki Sasaki or this DeVries. Like, I would have to play Conquest to get those 2 cards. And then Santander had a lot of cards to collect. So, like, I'm not even going to get Scott Rowland, which is kind of funny. Man said Scott Rowland. How good is Montgomery? We talking real life or in the game? He's pretty good. He's kind of the heart of the team right now. His OPS isn't very good though. He's not getting on base too much. He just hits like clutch home runs. That's pretty much it. Which is good. We like that. And that's something the White Sox haven't had in a long time. Since like Abreu's rookie year pretty much. Abreu was a good player, but like, and he drove in a lot of runs, but his power was like slowly declined. And I feel like his most clutch home runs, he would always just hit a home run in the first inning his rookie year. Colson Montgomery hits clutch home runs. Open packs and intro to college day pulled nothing. The opening packs on stream is fun too. But it's like at the point of the year where stubs are, I don't know, the pulls at this point of the year are kind of just less exciting. Even there, like we pulled some nice cards. But I feel like once people are past getting like the live series collection, and there's just so many collections in the game, I don't know if it's as exciting. And then I only get to stream like once a week, so I'd rather just play. I just missed it. Sinker right down the middle. 99 Bob Gibson, MLB 23 legend. Do you pitch well with Bob Gibson cards? I feel like those get hit pretty hard sometimes. Hate collections, I just want to play and have fun. Don't make me do Diamond Quest mini seasons and all that, but if you want those players, gotta do it. Yeah, exactly.
Outside, that's a ball.
I can't complain personally because I feel like my team is still really good. Like, I'm not going to get beat because someone has better cards than me. Like, I don't have the best cards, but I have really good cards and cards that I like. So, in that way, like, it's not going to be the difference maker, but at the same time, I do like collections. I just wish that something like Scott Rowland specifically, right? Like, you don't have to make Bautista like super easy yet, but I think it's really annoying that I can't get those few cards that I pointed out, like the Roki Sasaki and like a couple others, because there was like a finite number of cards and they never added back to it, to the point where I have to play Conquest. So I wish over time some of those programs expanded a little bit, more cards got added back. That's the only thing. I don't need to have it like when everybody else has it. I can be patient. But if your thing is like you can, like their whole tagline for a while was like play the way that you want to play. In a lot of ways they did do that. But that's one place where I feel like it fell short. Want to be come to playing mini seasons, exactly. Rather play events for a collection card. And it feels like for a lot of stuff, like it feels like you could eventually do that. But yeah, by now I feel like for sure Scott Rowland should have been like, you should not have to play Conquest to get that card at this point in the year. Especially since the other ones like stack on top of it. The other collections. Even if you have to if you have to collect like 150k like special insert card at this point, fine. It still wouldn't be great, but there's like pretty much no chance of me playing Conquest right now.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Enjoyed the game this year. Luckily for you, Roland is Chiefs' best value still Beltran. Definitely true. It wasn't really about the card itself. It was just like, okay, maybe I can get to Roland, which means I can get Williams, which means I can get whoever, and whatever card comes next. In case it's a card that I really do want, but
1-0.
Yeah, seems like that's not going to happen, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to continue to just spend on the cards that I want. I have the nice thing is being able to do like the flashback collections, like this Gary Sanchez and the Griffey. I was able to do for kind of cheap, not cheap, but yeah, like kind of cheap, like 150k, and not really have to do anything to earn it. So that was kind of nice. That, and then the Posada card. Just a little bit of work to do there. Ted Williams, your best hitter. 900 hours. Pleased with the game this year. Nice.
0-1's the count.
Ted's the GOAT. Look at Roman Anthony getting a line drive single. Not many people can do that in this game. I say that unironically. I feel like a lot of those just end up being ground ball singles.
0-1.
Not a lot of people get that kind of nice little line drive.
0-2.
Some people do hit like the perfect line drive here and there, but I only play 20 hours a week. 20 hours a week times 50. Would be 1,000. We are about halfway through if we're going March to September. That would be about 500 hours at 20 hours per week.
Ball 1.
Where did the other 400 come? 35 hours a week. There we go.
2 strikes.
You only have 450? I wonder how much I have. Skeen's had a great outing today. 8 strikeouts, ERA's of 192. It's crazy when I'm thinking of Skeen's ERA. Now I have to ask you, Egg, was 192 higher or lower than what he started with today? Was he starting above a 2 ERA today?
That's a ball.
We'll never touch my MLB 20 playtime. Yeah, I don't even want to look at how far back that was. Way lower. Started with a 198. That's crazy.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
How many, if you happen to know off the top, or if you're looking at his stats right now, how many outings has he had with no runs allowed this year?
Ball. Way to be patient.
Just Cy Young farming? Yeah, for real. He probably doesn't even have to try. It's probably like, this thing is so easy. He probably gets bored halfway through the game.
Leading off for the Cowboys.
Just play Civ 6 60 hours a week. Dang. Wonder how much MLB I played at my peak. See, the thing is, like, there were times where I would just turn on MLB and sit in the menus for 6 hours. I'm not even exaggerating. Just because, like, I was like, oh, I kind of want to play, and then, like, I actually don't want to play, and then I just sit there and, like, watch Twitch. That happened a lot in college. And I would just sit there in the menus. Hmm.
0-1's the count.
Oh, that was my pitch.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Nope, that was my pitch. That's what I meant. We on Baseball Savant Skeen stuff is all rating very highly. Oh, I bet. I don't think that's much of a luck kind of situation. Opposite field bomb, perfect on the changeup for David Justice.
0-1.
Come on, Willie. Former home ballpark. He played for the Brewers, right? No, he played for the Rays. I think he got traded to the Brewers from the Rays. There's a line out for Rod Carew. That pitch was in the zone. I think that might be a double. I love when I steal a base, then hit a home
What is
run.
the count?
It's like, all right, you could have done that before. Not have me go through all this stress.
Let's go.
David Wright with the 90.
Here we go.
Was he really fast like that? Oh, my pitch. 4 White Sox runs for your wager. Feels like a pretty good bet. They've been doing really well offensively, except for the game against Tarek Skubal.
3.
Seems like a good call. You get me. See if I can throw that same pitch to him.
Aye.
Tough against this Raleigh card. I feel like he hits. I just try to throw that pitch to Raleigh, and Raleigh always goes opposite field on me.
Ball, that's
Him and
ball.
Schwarber. I tried to do the extreme moment with Schwarber.
Ball,
I got
that's
2
inside.
home runs a bunch of times, and I got 3 home runs one time. And that 3 home runs, I did get an opportunity and did not hit a home run in the last at bat. Ooh, strong at it. 13 games pitched this year with 0 earned runs. That's actually crazy, right? That's more than probably a third of his outings. That's so crazy.
Let's go. Get on your horse. Out.
White Sox have been good lately. They've been getting a lot of comebacks against...
Hey.
Well, Twins aren't like crazy, but they did sweep the Twins. And then they took 2 out of 3 from the Tigers, which I think they've done. I think they've done that twice this year now. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like they've played the Tigers pretty well. And then the Rays, they almost came. They did come back against the Rays and then still lost yesterday, but they've been scoring runs. Got guys in the lineup that can do some things.
He's out.
They finally got rid of Josh Rojas. I think that was the big thing that changed it for them. They finally got rid of Josh Rojas, who was batting like 170 with like a lot of at-bats this season.
Leading off for Chicago, the designated hitter.
So thankfully, they got rid of him.
Stanton.
His 30th game today? Yeah, that's crazy. Just missed it. Imagine if Skeens was on a team that scored runs. Yeah. He probably has a negative record right now, too, doesn't he? Let's hope that one could get the gap. A lot of speed in center field, apparently. Not really. That Bernie Williams doesn't have, like, crazy speed, does he? I just ended up being a little bit late on that. It's kind of like Garrett Cole back when he was on the Pirates. I remember like seeing an interview of him, and he was talking about like how he thinks he's capable of being a Cy Young. I was like, I don't know. Like he was pretty good on the Pirates, but he wasn't like a legend at that point. But then he left, and then he became that great. Which makes it even crazier that Skeens is doing this, because like, you know, Cole had that potential, but he just, you know, maybe the defense wasn't quite there, or the catching and the scouting reports weren't quite there when he was with the Pirates. So unless the Pirates on the player development and like scouting side have gotten a lot better, you know, Skeens is doing that like kind of despite everything too.
Got him.
That looked funky. 10-9, possibly 11-9. Pirates produce pitchers like no other. Yeah, they can definitely identify some talent for sure. I think the White Sox are like that too. They know how to develop elite lefties.
No balls, 2 strikes. Ball.
Or scout, or whatever you want to call it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. That's a ball.
Felix is the most hard luck starting pitcher in history. Yeah. I know that came up during his, like... Was he the first guy that, like, won it with a negative record? Won the Cy Young with a negative record? Can't remember if he won that year or not. You can change one thing on this game or improve. If we're talking strictly gameplay, trying to think between two things. Which one to me is more important? And you know, it's a tough question this year because there's a lot of things gameplay-wise that I hated so much previously. Like defense. I think defense is, like, not bad. I definitely don't feel like... Imagine if you just, like, blew that while I was saying that. I feel like defense has been tuned, like, much, like, significantly better than it was the last time I played this game seriously. I think it's, like, I probably rated it a 4 or something like that. I would rate defense, like, an 8, probably. Do you guys agree? You hate the jump animations? I do agree about that. There used to be, like, some extreme randomness with brick hands, which I could not deal with. Possibly throwing animations might still be a little slow. This year they were definitely slow to start the year. Like turning double plays and all that. So I think that brings it back a little bit. But I think I feel like the logic and the randomness is a lot better tuned than it used to be. This was in the game. Always love using him. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be a guy that they bring back soon if they can. So yeah, fielding was like my biggest gripe in previous years. One of the things that I thought was the most random and most frustrating, and I think a lot of that has been solved. Hitting. I think one big thing for me is the timing just doesn't make sense sometimes. I always mention it too when it happens. So you hear me say, like, a pitch is, like, fully in the green, like you'll see the ball in the feedback, and the ball is fully in the green, but they'll call it just late. It used to be, like, late side of good and all this kind of stuff, but now they show up as, like, just late, where it really shouldn't be. And there's a lot of stuff. I feel like 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 4 timings doesn't make sense. There you go, Rod Carew. Unload on one, my friend. He just missed one in the first at-bat. Or the second at-bat, I should say. I knew he was getting close. It's like perfect outs off the face, yeah. I still do think that perfect should be 100% hits. Because they shouldn't be perfect swings. They should be perfect. There shouldn't be perfect inputs. They should be perfect outputs. Because you already have line drives in other forms. Like a perfect is not the only way to get a line drive. A line drive can be an out. So just let the line drive outs be on good goods. Let the perfect be a result where the ball's going through a gap somewhere. Or a home run or whatever. But that's a side thing. I think the timing thing is the most frustrating thing for me. That makes me feel like the game is not refined.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
I feel like that's the least refined part of the game right now. Is the timing just kind of being all over the place. Timing feedback. Hard hit balls absolutely can be outs. But you can get hard hit balls from things other than a perfect, which is my point. So if you're like in major leagues, like a line drive is a 67% chance, like 2 out of 3 chance of being a hit, something like that, right? But you can get a line drive on a good, and a good can be an out. That's fine. But if you have like a special category of perfect, I understand like they're trying to go for barrels. I think that's what they're like. considering to be a perfect, and barrels don't have a perfect percentage. But that's where I think they should take a separation from like real life. That a perfect is more about the output. That you're hitting the ball in a perfect way, that is angled in the perfect way that it's going to go between defenders. Because right now, perfect means like it's the perfect input on the particular pitch that you're getting. But there's a lot of variance in that too. Like if you look at it, like sometimes you see a swing and you're like, how is that not a perfect? It's like right in the middle of my green zone. It's right in the middle of the PCI, and it's not a perfect. So there's still like variability within the input. So there's room for them to make that distinction if they wanted to. Perfect should be no doubt home run. If you're under it, I think so. Then there's also the question of like, okay, what if you have a perfect with a guy with 0 power? I think that's kind of the point of like ratings matter after the swing, right? Like hits 9, etc. Yeah, I think the argument that someone might make is like, if you have a guy with 0 power, can you hit a perfect fly out? And I think the answer should be no, because of the diamonds, right? Like if you look at the diamonds right now, they're different size for the fly ball location, the middle of the PCI, and then the bottom, right? So Gary Sanchez has the top PCI bigger. So if your PCI is that small, if you're a 0 power hitter and your top diamond is that small, and yet you make such a good swing anyway that you still hit that location and the timing, you should still hit a home run.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
You should probably not be able to hit a home run otherwise with that card. Maybe the only way to hit a home run with that card would be to hit a perfect, but I think if you hit a perfect in that spot where you have like no margin and you hit that little dot, it should be a home run. Yeah, totally. Yeah, definitely. Just expanding on what you're saying, Cavicom, I think. Ratings matter after the swing. Don't like the amount of collections either, and the card arts are boring to me this year. There have been a lot more kind of basic card arts. I like them though. I think they still look clean. But I think like there's only so much you can do with card arts. It's hard to like continue to be creative. And I think they've done the best that you can. Like I think they still look clean. So I won't personally knock the card arts. I think you're probably right that they're starting to get a little boring, but I feel like it's so hard to be even more creative as time goes on. Like you kind of run out of ideas at some point. Can't blame them for that. Don't like the amount of collections. I can understand that people don't like it. I like it personally. I don't know if I finished this thought earlier, because like I can't get the collections. Like we talked a little bit about that at length. Like the way that I play right now, I just can't get the collections. But at the same time, I am not gonna lose games because other people have better cards than me. Other people do have better cards than me, but it's not gonna be the difference in like the vast majority of my wins and losses. But I do feel like they should expand those collections at this point of the year. Like the style of the 23 the best, but those ones are pretty all right. The game was like this every year, I would be happy. I feel you. Well, let me ask this, Capcom. Are you someone who would feel bored if they kind of copy paste?
Nope, that's inside.
Weekend Classic is a huge W. I agree. Yeah. Weekend Classic still needs some tweaks, but definitely something that was needed. Something that I think that makes the game way more interesting to play. still think ranked needs an overhaul. I think online modes need an overhaul, but I think Weekend Classic is a great start. Change the name to Monthly Classic. True. Small improvements are required to keep my attention, which is why I only buy it every 3 years. Yeah, for sure. That's what I figure. It's like that's the problem with video games. You can't just find the correct answer because it'll get boring. That's why I almost feel like I almost want them to make it a live service game. Number one, so that they can do updates on their own time, on their own schedule. So I'm pretty sure they have to work backwards, first of all. Like when they release the game, I'm pretty sure, you know, the game comes out in March, but then the game that they're making for next year, they're probably using like a previous version. That's not even like an updated version. Like if they make an update today, then they're probably not pulling that update into the next year's game. Like they're probably still working off of like some old version. So there's like weird overlap that probably happens. Number one. And number two, I feel like content could be a little bit less monotonous, a little less predictable. You could almost have it so that like you weren't working off of a 6 month cycle or 12-month cycle, like whatever you're thinking about the season that way. You could almost work it in a cycle that was like, okay, this year we're doing a 15-month cycle, or you could do an even shorter cycle. Like let's say they stretch out the cycle. So your 99s don't come out until postseason. Oh, dang it, Roman Anthony. So you're slow playing it until you get 99s in the postseason. And then, I don't know, like next season, let's say you go super fast with it or something. You get 99s at All-Star break, but then you reset at All-Star break. So then they make lower tier cards right after the All-Star break, but then your 99s come at the start of the season. There could be some like interesting ways that they could do it like that, but I don't know if that would be good or bad. That's just like something that came to mind.
We got a full count.
But yeah, I feel like they're kind of stuck is what I'm trying to get at because of the way that the schedule works.
Take your bait.
But I feel like any chance we had of getting a live service game kind of went out the window after how bad the sets and seasons were received the last 2 years. Sox scored 5. Let's go. I'll take it.
Ball, that's out.
That's early, too. They probably just started the game like 30 minutes ago. I think 6:40 was start time today. EXP grinds definitely make me feel the repetition. True. Would mess with the current business model. It 100% would. No doubt about it. But I think just the way that video games are going these days, I think it's something that they are probably open to. Probably something they honestly have been talking about. Because I feel like with just the way that video games do business now,
2 strikes.
and there's so many models to pull from, I'm sure that's a discussion that they have all the time. They would definitely have to recalibrate everything, though. But I feel like sports games are very much primed to do something like that. The main issue would be like the fact that likenesses and the rights to players would have to be on a cycle such that like the game's not gone, the game doesn't disappear, but you'd have to remove cards from people's inventory basically, which is what I was getting at with sets and seasons too. They probably would have to pull some cards out of your inventory, and so they would have to completely change the way that Diamond Dynasty and those kind of things work. But I think they could figure out a way to do that if they wanted to, if they had the opportunity. W at bat. It was I didn't think that previous swing was going to be a home run. But Corbin Burns stayed in way too long. His energy and his confidence were probably super low. Dinner was gas. It was a poke bowl, so I got a portion of fruit and veggies. That's good. That's good. Stay healthy. Yuri Sanchez, BXP. We're going to get to spin the wheel. Sure are. I think SDS will step it up if there's another competitor. I think so too. It sounded like EA was on the verge of making something. Because they bought the studio for... I don't remember exactly what happened. I think they bought the studio for... what's it called? What's the arcade baseball game? Super Mega Baseball? But it sounded like they were going to do some kind of simulation that's not Super Mega Baseball. So I thought that would be happening sometime soon and we would get some kind of competition, but maybe not. It's probably just going to end up being like mobile games and some stuff like that. So unlikely. EA just killed their college basketball game. I think I heard about that too. And they had been trying NBA Live for a while. And then they like put out a couple NBA Lives and then they kept saying that they were working on another one and then like it just never happened. But that's the thing though. I think if a competitor came out with a live service sports game, then I think it could make a comeback. But there's no room for competition in the market right now. Just the way that like the games are structured. When FIFA revenue was down by 6%. Was what's the new one called? EA FP? No. Is the new one EA FC? Is that FIFA or is that the competitor of FIFA? FIFA was from EA, right? I never followed too closely. I do feel like there's room for a live service though. That is FIFA. Oh, okay, gotcha. What did they do to drop their revenue? I'm going to be back in 2 minutes, guys. I'll be right there. And then we'll continue on with some more games. Oops. There's some free soccer game. I think that's what you mean. Oh, is there really? I should look into that. Just for the curiosity of this conversation. Is it doing well? Yeah, something that's free, that's not bound to like a 12-month cycle. I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be free. But I think that's kind of the way things are right now. A lot of free games that you can just get battle passes and whatever. Did you guys see the D. Gordon interview, by the way? I don't know how old this was. I just saw a clip of it recently. D. Gordon getting asked about his PED suspension. Did you guys see that one? That was a wild statement. I'll explain in a second. If I can find it. I'll post it in Discord. Actually, did I post it in Discord? I was thinking about doing it. I don't think I did. But basically, D. Gordon, he said that his suspension was the year after he got his batting title. And during his batting title season, he got a call from somebody. From the clip, it wasn't clear who the call was from. But basically, I think Bryce Harper or somebody was like on the verge of a triple crown. But then D. Gordon was leading the batting title. And he said he got a call from somebody saying like he needs to back off the batting title. And then he didn't. And he won the batting title. And then the next season, he got hit with a PED suspension, which he claims he never took PEDs. So he's saying basically like the league or somebody wanted him to. It sounded like someone from the league, like the front, the headquarters, wanted Bryce Harper to win the batting title so they can win the Triple Crown, and that they like planted that PED suspension on him as a punishment. All pro sports leagues are rigged. I definitely think for stuff like that, I would believe it in a heartbeat. All of them. I think generally, well, I don't know, NBA more so probably. I think NBA really rigs some results. They really want their matchups, I think. I think MLB does more stuff like that to curate like records and news and stuff like that.
Come on. Got him. There you go.
There's some stuff that's like rigged, and then there's also like, I think the Houston scandal is a good example of like something where people kind of knew stuff was going on, and they probably knew a lot of people were doing stuff, because that's kind of what people like a lot of the argument after the fact was that like everybody's doing something to like quote unquote cheat. And I think that's one of the reasons why nobody blew the whistle from within the league. The fact that it had to come from like John Boy, because obviously the Astros were doing it like very openly. But I think one of the reasons why the punishment was so light and all this other stuff was because everyone kind of knew that everyone was doing it. And the only reason like all that stuff happened, all of the punishment and like all the investigation happened, was just because of like John Boy basically. And the fact that like someone outside of the league brought it up. Every league in America is Harlem Globetrotters, except for the Savannah Bananas. They are pure. Another Clayton Kershaw game here. Hopefully we can do to him what we did to the first one. Well, that one was on All-Star. Well, the last game was on Hall of Fame, and we lit up Corbin Burns, so let's keep it going. Man, I was freaking... I got a free trial for Fubo, so I could watch the Bears last weekend. And after the first drive in my head, I was like, yeah, Super Bowl season. And by the end of the game, I was like, I hate Chicago sports. And I hate sports in general.
No balls, 2 strikes.
It's like, I can't believe I'm letting a bunch of grown men on my TV screen affect how I feel at the end of the day.
Leading off for the Cowboys, the left
Will I watch more Bears games? Probably. Should I? Probably not.
Ball, that's out.
So when you add the extra layer of like, who's actually trying, who's actually like trying to win, whether
That's
it's
a ball.
the player or the organization as a whole. No, you're just a true American. Yeah, true. God dang, what a pitch. So yeah. So Giancarlo Stanton Enjoyer. Average Kyle Schwarber swing. Average Kyle Schwarber swing is a bomb to left center. That was a special one. That's how you know I really hung it, because he pulled it.
the second baseman, Ketel Marte.
I feel like I should get this Ketel Marte card. The Rod Crew still hitting bombs for me.
Ball, that's inside.
David Justice never gets a good jump, but this time closes on that ball. He always gets the diamond jump, like it shows up blue. Perfect jump, but he like goes the correct direction, but he doesn't really move, you know? It's like, okay, his body turned, but that's it. They got Ketel Rod Marte, but we got Rod Crew. If you know, you know.
Ball, that's just
The Legend of Rod Carew. Remember when I hit the home runs with Rod Carew, the gold Rod Carew in weekend, or not weekend classic, in the ESL tournament, and then the diamond, the 99 or 98 Rod Carew, his price went up by like 40K the next day. That was so crazy. Inside trader. In the 2 weeks I've been here, I've played 3-ish hours of Roblox a day.
The first baseman, number 23, Ted
Nice.
Simmons.
ball.
What do you do on Roblox? Or Reblox?
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2. Yeah.
SpongeBob Tower Defense? That sounds lit. I would play that. Are you defending the pineapple? Or the Krusty Krab?
We got full count.
I have to use Stinky Wazd. That mouse and keyboard life. You can't plug in a controller. Hopefully this one stays in. This has been a long at bat. Nice. That's in honor of Anthony Rizzo's retirement today. They should add an animation where you can jump up on the tarp just for Anthony Rizzo.
The designated hitter,
Don't have a controller with you? Gotcha.
Stanton.
Big pain in that case. Gets knocked down. 32 speed.
He's out.
Gonna be out.
Batting fifth, the catcher, Gary Sanchez.
There you go. Pulled it to the corner. We're probably going to stay at first here. Schwarber in left field. Keep that in mind. Itching to play on the PlayStation again. What do you want to play?
Batting six.
If he's David right, I don't want to be David wrong. I agree with you. I agree with you, Webb. Oh no. Roman Anthony, no. Oh no. Are we set for next Thursday, Webb? We're doing pretty good, pretty good. 2-0 on the day, I think. 2-0 or 3-0? I think 2-0. 2 quits so far. First game was on All-Star, second game on Hall of Fame. And we're probably sitting around 7:30 right now. I like to be partner. Could buy a PlayStation Portable. Are there new ones coming out?
Did he go?
Oh boy, it's Webby. The ones I heard there's like a lot of handhelds coming out, and I think PlayStation wants to make a new PSP. I don't know if they did or not. Gotta get a hold of some peeps. Gotcha. Once it's ready, I'll lock it into my calendar. I think next Thursday I'm good to go.
Ball.
Next weekend was gonna be my one free weekend, but all of a sudden it's packed up. We're traveling this weekend. I'll be swinging by Pittsburgh the weekend after. We'll go see a Pirates game. Egg is here. Refurbished, basically new. It's not really. But depending on the seller, like, they can be pretty good. I've gotten some refurbished stuff that lasted me a long time. You just have to be very careful of, like, who you're getting it from. Pirates got smoked? Oh, no. Egg was telling me Skeens had a great outing, at least. Griffey whiffs that one? Oh, man. This is because I said good things about fielding last game. Since I said that, since I went on a whole thing about how I think fielding is a lot better than it's been in the past, now I've got 2 outfielders that drop balls. Don't put yourself through the pain of a Pirates game. I mean, I don't care whether they live or die, win or lose. So I don't think I could feel pain whether they win or not. What stadium is this? This is, I forget the name of it. Anthony, he blocked it with like his hand or something. His left hand. Or his right hand on the way in. Let me see what the stadium is called. This is Statesman Park. It's got a short center field fence. I was playing Iron Horse for a while, but I felt like the ball just did not fly the way I wanted to. I feel like it flies a lot better in the park. PNC is really nice. That's really the reason why I would want to go, but I don't think I'll have time regardless. GameStop sells a refurbished PS Portable for $140. New is $200. Yeah, refurbished means used and in theory has been like checked and guaranteed to work well. But you never know. You never know how much life is left in it.
Now batting, designated hitter, Giancarlo.
$60 off. Could be worth it. I just don't know what the rest of the PlayStation Portable market looks like. He ate nachos. Play the park with the Ferris wheel. Can't think of the name. Bayfront. I have nightmares of Bayfront. There was a time where Bayfront was a no-no stadium because of all the water in the Ferris wheel. It was a less stable ballpark than a lot of the other minor league ones.
Off the plate, ball one.
Have you been playing at Bayfront for a while? It's a good pitcher's park, I think. No GameStop within reasonable walking distance. I'm going to buy it after my birthday in a couple weeks. There you go. Ah, Bayfront. Good times. That was the OG Kyle 23 ballpark. Bayfront top 5 worst stadiums, says Webb. Used to be top 5. What changed? Am I going to drop? I need to grab water. I'm going to grab water after this at-bat. I should say.
Hey! 0-1's the count. That's a ball.
5 runs right here? I wish. Turn into a straight fastball against lefties. I should stay with 2 outs. No reason to go to third. We need runs. Boom. Water bottle or glass of water? It would be a water bottle.
Yeah! Hey! 2. 0-2's the count.
I knew I was coming. Oof. All right, let me grab some water and refresh.
Leading off for the count.
All right, 40 seconds left of the pause time. Not bad.
Ball. Counts 1-0.
Period has got about half energy left.
Ball inside.
Hopefully we can get through, I want to say 6 innings, but I think 5 at this point would be good.
Nope. Outside. Aye. Ball 4. That pitch is low.
Now batting, catcher Jorge Posada.
The controller feels a little choppy here. There we go.
Ball. That's out.
Sometimes I feel like if you don't let the little ball on the pitching meter kind of go through a little bit, feels like it hangs up a little bit. Okay. Will Arrieta make it 5 innings? I don't think so.
Aye.
It's one of those games, though, where I haven't scored yet. And so I don't really want to take him out if it's not a competitive game right now. It's almost like I'd rather get mercy. But if I do score like a couple runs in the bottom of the 4th, then he'll have a really short leash. I'll be more comfortable taking him out. Otherwise, I don't want to lose like 8-0 and use 5 pitchers. It must be the Orioles or Arrieta.
Inside ball.
Something like that.
Nope. Upstairs.
Nope, it's the one where he plays for the bad team. The worst team.
There we go. There we go. That's right.
The right fielder, number 10, Brian Reynolds.
Is this the guy with the Schwarber that hit a home run? I think it is. So the 2 home runs have been on 4-seam fastballs, I think. I just really can't throw that pitch.
Out. There we go.
On high 4-seam fastballs.
Leading off for Chicago.
So I think if we stay away from that pitch the rest of the game, we can keep him down under 7 runs. And maybe swing at some better pitches.
Now batting.
What was I doing last game? That was working.
Anthony.
This guy's probably my endgame left fielder, to be honest. Maybe if he just had a little more vision or something. Last game he faced Corbin Burns. But the previous game I faced Clayton Kershaw and I smacked him around.
Aye. No balls. 2 strikes.
And I think I was scoreless for a little while in the Corbin Burns game. Kershaw an all-star, though. Still. We can do it. I believe in me. I believe in us. Webb believes in me. And that's all I really need. The approval of others.
0-1's the count. Ball in.
I believe. I believe that we will win. There been any studies on like pitch speed increase from difficulty to difficulty? Scientific studies? No. I have seen people post some frame to frame timing posts on like YouTube shorts or TikToks or something. So there's stuff out there for sure. Where are the believers? Scientific. Yeah, but
Leading off for the Cowboys, the third baseman.
there's also a difference between online and offline pitch speeds, which makes another difference. It's like they don't look different, but then they feel different. Like there's more latency because of the servers or whatever, or the peer-to-peer
2.
networking.
0-2.
Type 1 in the chat if you believe in dude food. Type 1 in chat if you want to be added to the Dude Food Believe text chain. Skeens will not be getting the W today. Rip. Probably won't be a double play, but we'll get the lead runner.
He's safe.
When you got a fast runner at the plate, your fielders, if you have auto shift off, your fielders won't even play double play defense because they know they're not going to get 2. However, when you have this man at the plate, you can get 2. Obviously, some pitch speed increase from GOAT compared to rookie. Yeah, for sure. What's your are are you wondering like how much the pitch speed difference is, or like
A shortstop, Willie Adames.
what are you most curious about? 6 runs right here. I'm down. I believe, Mr. Food. Man, I thought I was gonna get that one. Heard 100 on GOAT is like 80 IRL. That's what I've heard too. That's what I was vaguely remembering, but I couldn't think for sure. That was close.
The third baseman, number 5, David Wright.
Get through. Nice. Yeah, it's probably like 80 in real life, but I'm not sure how the lag time from controller to output affects that. Because it might be like the time that it takes for you to press X to the time for the batter to swing probably takes longer than for a player in real life to decide to swing. So that's probably why there's a difference. So you could say like it's very clearly, because you could say that the pitch speed in the game is much slower. Therefore, obviously, it's easier to hit in the game. But I don't think it's exactly true because of the input lag, because of the latency. We would need some more testing. Goat was way too hard online and had it YouTubers tilting. Yeah, I heard it was not fun to play and not fun to watch. Yeah, I mean, they tried it online. They tried it, but it proved to be too annoying to play and watch, from what I understand. And the main thing is, like, they added it because, like, they would see some of the best players scoring 20 runs each on Legend. And they're like, okay, this makes no sense, so we better add another difficulty. Logically, that makes sense, but also then they nerfed elevation stadiums at the same time, which was like a big part of the reason why they were scoring so much. And so when you take away both at the same time, it just becomes miserable.
The batter, the catcher, Jorge Posada.
And so I think it's probably the right decision that they get rid of GOAT rather than to make elevation crazy again. Although now every event game is in Coors.
0-1.
I think they gave up on GOAT too fast. It was in for like 2 seasons of ranked, not enough testing. Well, the problem is that like there's not enough testing before they drop the mode.
We got 2 balls, 1
And so if the handful of people, excuse me, there's not that many people playing on GOAT. And the people that play on the GOAT are the people that play the most. And if nobody likes it, then there's no reason to keep it in. Like 1,300 because a lot of people go for 1,000. I mean, that could be true, but at the same time, I think the same people who hit 1,300 probably didn't want to play on GOAT either. GOAT games you feel like are luck too? Probably. I didn't watch any GOAT games, to be honest, so I couldn't really tell you. But that's what it sounds like.
Now batting, the catcher, Gary Sanchez.
It definitely sounds like it had been the right decision to get rid of it. They can tweak it later. But if nobody, like if the people who are playing it don't want it, then honestly you tip the cap on getting rid of it. Quick inning. Long innings on the pitching side and short innings on the hitting side. You do have 6 hits. GOAT is as close to real baseball, I feel. Kind of. I think I think if they ever add something to where like the PCI, like at that size, the size of the PCI, they might as well just do like a barrel situation, because they've always talked about how the PCI is not a barrel. It's where the hitter is looking. But that's not really how it works. You're not looking in such a small spot the way that your PCI is so small on GOAT. So you might as well just make it like a barrel on GOAT. And that way you have a lot more consistent results. And that way, like, at least you take away the luck part of it. And maybe that makes it more interesting to play for the people that do play it. But I don't think you can make the game so much more difficult and then also make it so much more random. I feel like that's always been a problem in this game. When cards had low contact division, so it made it feel like crap. I mean, true, but also per nines also scale at the same rate on average, so it's not like the PCIs are that much bigger now when you have like high hits per nine and high Ks per nine, because they work against each other on the PCI size.
We got a full count. Aye.
Leading off for Chicago, the first baseman, Josh Gibson.
Had 3 straight scoreless innings for the opponent. We could like scratch like 2 across here. That would be nice. Ooh.
0-2 is the count.
Pitchers are usually better than hitters. That's true. The weird thing is too, baseball is so much of like, you got so many people on the team, right? And you've got some hitters that are just bad. You've got pitchers that are just bad. Even on the best teams, there's no one that's like truly locked down right like that. Like all the way through a roster. I think the big difference that happens is that in Diamond Dynasty, you have some of the best pitchers of all time and some of the best hitters of all time and the best seasons of all time, whatever. And so if you had, to your point, if you had rosters like this, hitting would be probably really bad. Like we would have like the lowest scoring seasons. Like if you put 30 teams of all these like Diamond Dynasty teams and made it into a league, it would probably be the lowest scoring league of all time.
Ball 1, no strikes.
PCI shrinkage also a problem. True, we were talking about that a little earlier. But yeah, also very valid on GOAT. Like the PCI would completely disappear. Because like if you have
1 ball, 2
just
strikes.
a great pitching staff through and through, you're probably beating even great hitters. So that's where you're probably right, Dan, in that if they wanted to be close to real, you want to be closer to GOAT. And I think the decision is that they don't want to be close to real. Because I think if it was real, it would be more boring.
I got 1 ball, 1
I think
strike.
part of the reason why baseball is interesting is like because not everybody's a superstar. And the difference between a superstar and an average player and a bad player is like so significant to the outcome of a game, especially when it comes to pitching. So I think you're right in your assessment, and I think they just decided to go the other way, which I think is probably the right decision. Because at some point, like, the other part is like, if you want to be close to real is like professionals who are getting paid for this to be like the best of the best of the best and like competitive at the highest level. On some level, you have to like make this game fun too, because even the people who are the best at this game, there's only like literally a handful.
Ball that's outside.
Actually, nobody's like making their living off of being amazing at the game. Like, yeah, you have streamers that are making a living, but they're content creators and, you know, they're doing other things more than just being the best at the game.
Out.
And so it's less to be fun. And I think if they were getting closer to real, it'd be less fun. Just wish I could hit better. Don't we all?
For Chicago, the third
If
baseman.
you play Goat and MTO, that would be like interesting and real. And that's where like, wait, you can't play Goat and MTO? Like they don't let you play Goat? Or it's like too difficult to play?
Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I really thought that you could play Goat and MTO. I didn't know that you couldn't.
Ball one.
Not an option? Oh, dang. Did not know that. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Like, Goat on... because I would play Goat on Road to the Show if I was going to play Road to the Show. Because eventually, even Legend got too easy. Legend wasn't fun anymore
Ball,
either.
that's off the plate.
And I think if you mess with the sliders, like, you don't get XP and stuff.
Nope. That's inside.
Haven't been on in a month. Could be right. There we go. There's the runs we needed. It's a little bit late for the 2 runs, so we're going to have to score at least a couple more, but not a bad start. Probably get Kershaw out of the game there. Although with a lefty up, no, it's Gary Sanchez. 68 pitches for Kershaw. I might keep him in. Maybe snap a couple more real quick. We've had good innings, good hits this, good swings this inning. 2 hard hit outs, and a 2-run homer. They only do real MLB stuff when it benefits the game. Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with that. I feel like I've said that for a long time. Is like
Outside, that's a ball.
try to make it as close to MLB as possible, but then make the decisions to where the game is still fun. Because there's a lot of baseball that, like a lot of baseball has a lot of flaws.
Foul ball.
There's a lot of randomness in baseball. There's a lot of like stuff such as like wind. There's a lot of factors that like maybe some people find interesting, and on other times like it's not something you want to deal with. There's a lot of stuff that they can control because it's a video game, and I like the fact that they took out wind and some other variables. And so I like when they make decisions to make the game more fun and make it different from real life. I don't mind that at all. 84s with 97s in co-op. I heard about that, and it is making me interested. Probably not playing it yet, but we'll see. Could be soon.
0-1.
You're believing? Thank you.
Ball one.
So much real baseball, and seeing the only baseball would be 70% realistic is weird. I feel you.
Yep, that ball went out.
And I think they were heading down a great direction when they split up the casual, competitive, and simulation settings. But I feel like that hasn't really gotten discussed in a long time. I don't know if they've even mentioned it since the first year that they like brought it into the game. So I don't know how much of a difference those actually play. So I think it's cool when it's like you can kind of decide if you're playing offline and you want it to be one of those other experiences, then you can do that. Because I think it's really, really smart to try to have as much control of your experience for your players as you can. Because if you're just always trying to chase what baseball is, like, it's just impossible, I think, in a video game to exactly replicate it. And in the meantime, you're just making like the worst part of the game's worse. Worst part of the game worse. You take the worst parts of baseball and something goes wrong, and then all of a sudden it's neither like real life baseball nor, and it's not the fun part of it. So like if they accidentally made you like hit 600-foot home runs, that'd be fun. But it would always be something that like, okay, you're just making like infinite errors, like the fielder in the gap like can't catch the ball, stuff like that. So I think it was a great idea for them to split that stuff, but hopefully they lean further into it. Don't forget the hundreds of new animations to save the game. Those settings mean nothing when you play online. Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing is like, I think they tried for long enough to make online gameplay be close to real life. And I think they made the correct realization that the more they try to do that, the less they're actually going to reach that goal. 4 runs to walk it off. Could be an event. They have to be. Those have no extra value except boosting our batting average. Yeah, true. Nine runs at the plate. Guess who it is?
Did he go?
Drop it, drop it, drop it. Come on.
Ooh. Get through. Knocks it down. 90 speed. Safe at first. Oh no. I didn't think I swung at that.
0-2. Nope. Ball 1. 3.
Good pitch. "12 hits in that game. There was that, I think it was the 8th inning. I had 2 or 3 lineouts in the 8th to go with the 2-run homer. That was tough. That pitch seemed super fast, not gonna lie. I thought I had it timed after the first 2, but he went kind of away with the first 2, and then as soon as it went inside, I had no chance. Do not inform Webby the Pirates we go to extra. Okay, you got it. I won't tell him. If I could just learn to get the PCI on the ball. One day. Well, that's baseball. At least we made it respectable in the end. I'll take it. It's not like I don't know if I deserve to win that game or not. I wasn't paying close enough attention. Which means I probably didn't. Probably means the effort was not good enough. But we had a chance. Rod Carew wasn't going to have a walk-off chance, but Ken Griffey Jr. sure did, and he sure did not do it. Wonder if there's any guys in my lineup that I should switch up. Did you put ice in your water bottle? Never. I got a really good refresher today. It was like a mango lemonade. And it was so good. And then by the end of it, I realized how much ice was in the cup. And I was like, oh. I knew it was too good to be true. With every sip, it was finishing so fast. You usually do it at home. I don't think ice water is good for you, so I never did it. Plus, I always had sensitive teeth. So I don't really like cold stuff too much. Food went to Duncan? No, it was a local place.
Batting second, the second baseman.
Duncan, unfortunately, does not have, or fortunately, does not have
0-1.
the rights to all refreshers in the world.
One ball,
What do you mean
one
not
strike.
good for you? I don't remember the science behind it, or if it's true or not. Worth the research, though. I'm pretty sure, like, room temperature water is the move, for whatever reason. And I feel like since you do room temperature, and room temperature is what, like 70 degrees ish, and your body is 98 degrees. So it's still, it doesn't feel warm. It still feels nice. Everything ends up bad, so who knows what's true? Honestly, yes, you are correct. That's why I say, you know, it's worth looking at, but definitely don't take my word for it, because there's so much of that. People just be saying stuff, and who knows, maybe I be saying stuff. Tom Glavine, is this the new card that came out yesterday? Please drop. I think shortstop's getting there. Ooh, he was close. Jimmy Rollins.
Hey! 0-2 is the count.
Even though a lot of people say it, it's not science, fair. There you go, Rod Carew. I feel like I've only been hitting homers with him recently. Finally slicing a double. He's just too powerful. David Wright, I was definitely looking for the sinker that time. Looking for it, got it, still missed it. It's a good pitch.
Come on, Griffey, let's go, Junior. Ball, that's out.
Forgot to fill my afternoon bottle. Better late than never.
Hey!
Another good sinker. And another double. Spotting a good couple PCIs here this inning. I did one thing on my monitor, which I hadn't done in a little while, which is to tilt it back a little bit. So the bottom of the monitor is closer to me than the top. Because that had always gotten me some good results in the past. I hadn't done it in a while, but it's been working the last couple times I've played.
Come on, Sanchez.
Don't think that one's going to go. Oh, it is. Felt like it was hit a little bit too low with some topspin. But Gary Sanchez is that dude.
Ball.
All right, next pitch is going to be a sinker on the corner, so we're just going to hit it out to right center.
Yeah! 1-1.
And just smash the PCI, of course.
That's outside.
Way to be patient.
Check it.
Did he go?
Nice. 3-1. There's ball 4. Should have been looking for something more over the middle of the zone. Like that. 2 bombs with JoJo Parker. That one, Ted Simmons taken right down the line.
Come on, come on.
Luthro might have got him. Probably not.
He's safe.
What was that?
Ball, that's out.
JoJo Parker sounds like he could be Jerson Profar's nickname.
That's a ball.
There we go. Oh, man. Most of the par was in the zone. Just a little bit that was out. He managed to find it.
All right, here we go. There we go.
Adamas has worked himself down from the 4 spot to the 9 spot, but he's never really been like that bad for me. Still gets on base like every game. That looked like it was in the zone. How far did it miss?
Not even close.
Very barely.
Ball, that's just out.
Let's go. All right, let's go.
A lot of switchies in this lineup. Might be the whole lineup. I didn't really pay attention, but definitely these last few guys. Yellow throw.
No, he's
Even a green throw wouldn't have got him. Probably had a better chance at third there, to be honest.
strike.
Hey! 0-1's the count.
Swing.
Ball 1.
Let's go, let's go.
All right, no harm done. I missed that. Just late.
Get out. Come on, get out.
Still hit to a pretty good part of the yard. 97 miles an hour. Josh Gibson might need to go. I feel like I'm always late with him just a little bit. David Justice climbing back up to 300. Not his fault. Everybody's batting averages went way down after the last couple streams. He's picking it back up. See, Adamas is still batting 325 despite everything. Despite everybody else going to 250.
Hey!
Adamas still getting it done.
0-1. Nope. Outside.
Good take.
I think that's getting caught. Bummer. Looks like I have to try to pull some pitches with these righties. I've been kind of getting to them, but ending up with just late swings on swings that I thought were good. I'll have to try to be just a little bit earlier. Tim Raines with a bunt attempt. Anybody try this card? I feel like a lot of people tell me that Tim Raines cards are always good. I tried his lower diamond earlier this year. Don't remember if I did anything well with him. I just used him briefly.
Get down, ball. Get down.
Anthony drops another one. Jaron Duran would have caught that. Not an easy play by any stretch, but
Ball, that's inside.
not impossible either. I feel like he contorted himself in a way that made it look more difficult than it was originally looking like it would be. And I think that's an easy score at home. 99 speed to second, and slid into it. Blue throw would have got him. Instead, it's a double. And my opponent's on the board. Can't mess with a 99. I was going to throw behind him at second in case he left. But with a 99 speed, I feel like if I throw behind him, he can actually get to third. Let's see if 3 cutters in a row is the move. We got to this one, but it also hung a lot, so if it had been a good cutter, I don't know if they would have got to it. Do not inform Webb there's a high chance Pirates get walked off 2 nights in a row. You got it. He will never know. I will never tell him. Carew through the infield. Now he's getting back to his bread and butter.
Now batting, the third
Not getting
baseman,
too big.
David Wright.
Dang it, David Wright. This was your time to shine. David Wright seems to only do good when nobody else is doing good.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Good take.
One ball, one strike. Three.
Great at bat. Excellent at bat. Just the best. Please go foul. No way. The righties feel super weird this game. There's something about a sinker that is like faster than it actually is.
0-1's the count.
The lefties I've timed up a couple times.
That's right.
Carew and Griffey have each timed some up. And then who hit the home run?
Hey.
Is it Gary? Was it Justice? All right, well, I talked about fielding being good, and now my gold fielders are dropping baseballs all over the place. And Griffey did too, actually. So I might have to take it back. It really hurt me. Literally since then, like, I've had at least 4 playable balls get dropped.
Hustle.
He's out.
He's out.
Okay, Gary did have the home run.
Hey. 0-1.
Hey, stay hot.
I mean, that sinker just
No
floating
balls,
right
2
there.
strikes.
Should be hittable, and I'm always late on it.
3.
There you go. Another lefty timing one up.
Yeah, baby.
78 on the changeup.
0-1's the count.
It's gonna mess me up.
Ball, that's out.
I just need to hit one sinker with a righty, and I think I'm good. And I can rest easy.
Hustle. Let's go, dog.
Nope, that's
There
inside.
we go, 3-1.
Hey, 2. 3-2. Ball
Ooh, he
4.
tried it.
Take your base.
Good
It was really close. In my head, I was going, oh no, as the pitch was coming in. And thank God it was low.
Let's go, Justice.
Did you go triple sinker? You might. Change up was smart.
Move.
it was a little closer, I probably would have swung. Went with another sinker, but safe at first. Little slow developing up the middle. Hit 95 off the bat. And we're going to dump another single. Oh, diving in right field. That's going to give me an extra run. If he didn't dive, that's definitely just second and third. If even, that's probably a single. He was hit harder than I thought off the bat. There's that sinker. First pitch every time to the lefty. But we hit the pitch we needed to hit. I forget what it was, though. Was it a sinker to Willie Adames? Okay, he's got Acuna down there. Tim Raines. I guess I'll try to take... Well, bunt defense is not correct. I should have done take away the drag bunt, but whatever. Won't let me switch to center field, so I think that's a home run no matter what. That definitely wasn't a drag bunt. In case anybody was wondering. Right down the middle.
One ball, two strikes. That's in. Ball two.
Rollins betting 275, the leadoff man.
3-2.
That's a good pitch. Stayed alive on it. And threw the sinker. What happened? Did the Pirates get walked off or nah? I kept meaning to check the White Sox score too. It sounded like they scored 5 early. Hopefully that means they still have a lead. See what we got.
He's out. Here we go.
5-6, barely have a lead. They were up 6-1 at one point. So they're trying to blow it. Benintendi home run. For some reason, I thought Carson Williams was on the Rockies, but he's on the Rays. Do not inform Webb the Pirates got walked off 2 nights in a row. Got it.
One ball, two strikes.
Called strike 3. Well, called the check swing for strike 3. There's not too many umpires who would have called that a strike. There are some, though. You know who you are.
Inside ball.
And we know who they are. Knocked down. Second baseman can't get there. Very close. I thought he was going to be out for a sec.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
Looking sinker all the way. Dives over the top of the baseball. All right, let's try to put this game away right here. With L. Gary.
All right, let's go.
Now pitching, Emmanuel Clase.
Inside, ball one.
Got out of the way of that one. Usually I swing at those, but I did not swing at that one. Looking for it, got it. It was actually more of a meatball than I was expecting. Another meatball. No reason to run here. Probably could have made it. Also didn't want to run on Acuna. And just like that, they're out of the inning. Only through 5 here. Feels like much later into the game.
Aye.
Big
0-1.
Poppy, David Ortiz.
Nope, outside.
I have him on my bench. I only used him in 1 game, so he's 0 for 3. But once
That's foul.
once I got that Stanton card, and I always hit well with Stanton cards on All-Star. He's doing fine on Hall of Fame, nothing crazy.
Come on, come on.
Got him.
But you got to see if it translates to ranked.
Ball. Counts 1-0.
Kluber looks like he's got at least 1 more inning in him if he can get a couple more quick outs here. This is that 68 pitch mark. Right around here is where they
2 strikes.
start to go one way or another. Either you end up stretching them for like
3-2.
2 more innings, or they fizzle out right at that point.
3.
Nice.
Here we go. Get down.
And there you go. Quick out. So he gets through 6. We're going to try him for 7. And he's just throwing strikes with Class A. I'll try to hit this up the middle.
Nope, that's a ball.
Trying too hard to get around it. Hit a home run.
What do you got?
Ooh, we called that a ball. I thought I went around. And then we get the sinker. When I finally timed up the cutter, I get the sinker.
Now batting, the right fielder, David Justice.
Let's go, Justice.
Need to give it his average back up so I can be the best David Justice hitter again.
Aye. 0-1's the count.
Felt it. Sorry I'm late. Apology accepted. That's for you. That's how you know why it's truly accepted. When David Justice brings the hammer.
0-1.
Go inside out swing for Willie Adonis. How you doing, Matt? What's up, man? What you been up to? Spent last week in Vegas? How was that? That was a fully late swing. Not even just late. Fully late.
Aye. 2. No balls, 2 strikes.
Foul ball, that's all I want. Don't want to put that one in play because it's going to be either double play or fly out.
Aye.
Want to stay alive on that. Oh, strike 3. Oh, it's fun. Most people go to their gamble and drink, but I go to watch the magicians and stuff. Nice. Do you have any like magicians specifically that you're trying to see, or like
Nope.
just
That's
whoever's there?
inside.
Plays poker. Nice, nice. I think that's gonna drop. Let's see if we can get to third. Third was kind of risky there. Probably should have stayed at second, but no play. Penn and Teller, and so is Piff the Magic Dragon. Okay.
Now pitching.
Were any of those guys like on America's Got Talent or anything like that? Any viral videos that I might have seen? Piff was on. I'll watch like the highlight videos from time to time. I've never really watched AGT like live or whatever, but I sometimes see the highlight videos. It's hilarious. I will check them out. I want to say it sounds familiar, but it's like, okay, Puff the Magic Dragon, so I don't know if I'm just thinking of that. And Anthony having a tough day in left field. All right, probably one more base runner for Kluber.
Ball. That's inside.
His day is just about up. His day is over. Little dog that does magic with him. All right, Kluber did not throw super hard. We're gonna go to Gossage. Threw decently hard, but not Gossage fast. Acuna's coming out for PCA. He's attempted a bunt once already, so I am gonna do drag coverage. And just a little tapper to second. Perfect. Hotel had a beach pool that I spend most mornings at. That's cool. So was it on? Does it have like
Ball. That pitch
property
down.
on the beach, or it's like looks like a beach, like with sand and stuff? Sand around the pools, nice. That sounds pretty cool. Only time I've been to Vegas, we stayed at Four Seasons. That was fun, but we were only there for like a day. Didn't really get up in anything crazy.
0-1's the count.
Ooh, he looked like he was out.
Come on now.
8-2.
Mini golf toward the Hoover Dam.
No balls. 2 strikes.
Went to the Haunted Museum.
That's a ball. 1 ball. 2 strikes. The count.
Was it like haunted house kind of museum, or is it like actually a museum that people feel like is haunted?
Out.
More Holland still in the game. You get insurance runs for sure. Full of famous haunted or cursed items. Interesting. How did you feel about that? You or your wife?
He's out.
Come on now.
A lot of items that were involved with serial murderers. Oh, dang.
Hey.
My wife wanted to go. I wasn't a big fan. Yeah. That's one of those things where, like, I don't know if I would. If my wife wanted to go to that,
1 ball. 2 strikes.
I don't think I could get myself to go. Don't like the scary stuff, me neither. My wife doesn't either, so like I don't have to worry about that. But that I feel like that would be one thing where I'm like, I'm using my get out of jail free card some way somehow right now. It was interesting from a historical standpoint. Yeah, yeah. So I'm surprised you went. Did she have to like really convince you, or like did you get conned into going, or was it one of those things where like you just have to go because she wanted to go?
Ball, that's inside.
And you were like, I'm not. I know by the end of this I'm gonna be convinced to go, so I'm not gonna argue with it in the first place. Roman Anthony to the gap. So for his funky defense, he's still getting on base. Mostly for her, she's worked hard for like 2 years without a vacation, so I want to make sure she's happy. Okay, gotcha. That's nice.
Now pitching,
Tyler Rogers. Looking for it, got it. Hit it right to shortstop. Yellow throw, and still out. All right, Goose, you did your job. You're going to come out. The one lefty in the lineup. We're going to force him back to right. Got away with using 500 for gambling purposes, so I have to make it up. There it is. Here's 99 Manny.
Ball, that's too high.
I feel like this is one of those like forgotten cards. Was he a boss card? I think his first card was a boss.
Ball, that's in.
Have you been? Been pretty good. Thankfully, work has slowed down a little bit. It hasn't been super stressful over there, but my wife's work has picked up a lot, so we've been trying to get her settled. There we go, finally making a play. And now some traveling coming up for family stuff.
0-1's the count.
There's a lot of busy weekends ahead. Vegas is fun. Is that a couple's trip for you, Flatwoods, or is that a boys' trip for you?
0-1. I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
What else is new for me? Nothing much. We're finally kind of settled into the apartment, which is nice. I would say that's the big thing. It finally feels like we're settled in. So there's a lot less time spent like trying to figure out furniture and figure out like moving stuff.
Nope.
But that's nice.
1-1.
Really booked this weekend. What's coming up this weekend? I was kind of paying attention to movies for like a month or two. Haven't much since. I know Freakier Friday came out recently. Downton Abbey, Sound of Music, Anime Demon Slayer. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't aware of any of those coming out. It's kind of surprising. Rod Carew, 94 off the bat. Probably hit too high. That was close, though. A lot of old ladies going to be in our theater.
Now batting, third baseman, David Wright.
0-1's the count.
Yeah, probably a lot of Probably a lot of people taking out their
0-2.
elderly elderly parents, maybe. How often do you get like groups of older folks? Like just on their own. Grandma and grandpa going on a date. Class A's been my closer. I'll stick with him. Every morning / afternoon. Okay. I feel like that would definitely be me. Like if I had disposable income in retirement, I would definitely go watch a movie probably twice a week. I love going to the theater though, so that's something I would definitely do like in the near future as well if I have the time and money to do that regularly. But it would be something that I would put off if I didn't have that kind of time and money. And I would definitely want to do that during retirement.
Get it in gear. Out. Yeah.
Tuesday when we got a free popcorn, nice. AMC passed to see 3 movies a week and I'd go see everything. Yeah. That thing seems like super worthwhile. Oh no. I think he started moving towards the ball and I pushed him towards the base. I think that one was on me. That's the pitch he homered on earlier, but I was hoping it would be getting a little further away.
That's out. He's in there. He's safe.
Let's go. Come on.
I feel like that should have been, I feel like I should not have been holding him on first, right? That run means nothing. Other than to, like, make sure I have a force out, but with a lefty up especially, you probably want that first baseman covering some more ground. So I would think you would not want to hold him in that situation.
Safe. He's in.
If it was not a yellow throw, now this guy for sure should be running.
Oh, that's inside.
That's where you should be holding him.
He's
If it was
safe.
not a yellow throw and it hit the glove, then I think Josh Gibson probably has a play at the plate. Moot point, though. We get the fly out to end the game. That was a close one in the end. Almost blew a 6-2 lead there. 7:48. Haven't been to the movies in a while. Do you enjoy going to the movies? Ooh, you'll miss it? No. Yeah. We can't really go as a family much anymore because, like, there's at least one person in my family that, like, can't deal with the sound of popcorn chewing. We haven't done that too often, but usually go with my friends. There's like a year, like when I first started working, I think when I had a lot more time and everybody was around, we went to a bunch of movies, but not so much since then. Wife loves movies. I like documentaries. Okay. So a nice, like, sit down on the couch with Netflix kind of thing. Well, we got some stubs laying around. If I could have hit World Series, then we would have got this 200K. But not such the case. If I was within a game of World Series, I would probably play one more, but I think we'll end it on a win. Team was fun, though. See what Gary did. 308, slugging 1,000, 3 home runs. Hard to tell with Stanton because I was using him on All-Star. Gibson does not feel great to me. David Justice. 250 with RISP. 171 against lefties, which is kind of surprising. I feel like I hit the lefties well with him, but I guess not. And Griffey, not doing amazing with him. Used Anthony on All-Star. David Wright batting 600 with RISP is surprising to me. because I don't feel like I have been doing great with the runners in scoring position. Or maybe just nobody gets on base in front of him, like Griffey doesn't get to second. Now, this guy, I think Badamas needs to move back up in my lineup. We might mix it up next week. Josh Gibson, I think, might get the boot. Who's doing well pitching-wise? 450 for Corbin Burns, 649 for Arrieta, 245 for Roy Halladay, 31 innings, 2.30 ERA for Savali, and 307 for Kluber. So Arrieta's doing the worst for me. He's actually 0 for 4. 0 and 4. But I feel like he just kind of has run into better hitters than the other guys, to be honest. I don't feel like Arrieta's done that bad. It just feels like kind of unlucky a little bit. Let's find someone to rate. Hope you guys had a good time. We should be back next Wednesday. There is going to be a Wednesday coming up in October that I'll be busy, but until then, I think all the Septembers, we should be good. Let's find someone to raid. We'll say hi to Ottawa Maid. Have a good night, sir. Have a good rest of your week. Hope everyone has a good rest of your week. What month is it? September. See if we're able to do any anything for the children's hospital. We might do it separately outside of Extra Life. Might just do something for fun on the side. But it's something that will need some planning. It'll probably have to be on a weekend, so we'll see. But I've been kind of thinking about that recently, so maybe keep an eye out. But appreciate you guys. Good to see y'all. See you, Flatwood. See you, Matt. See everyone lurking. Hope you have a great night. Say hi to Ottawa for me, and I will see you next week. Peace.